The URC have just released the Elite XV, so their dream team for the season. In this video, I'm going to be going over who I think maybe missed out and honestly reacting to the team because it's a pretty good team selected. There might be one or two guys though that I think maybe don't deserve it compared to other guys. But before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support. A big week of URC rugby ahead, a big few weeks of URC rugby ahead, a big few weeks of club rugby in Europe as well. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We also have the Super Rugby games. I'm going to be doing previews, reviews for all the games. The URC, I'll be doing the individual match previews as well. And for this weekend, because so many of you have asked, I will be doing player ratings for the URC as well for all 4 teams playing in the semi-finals. So if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Let's get right into it. So the URC have selected an Elite XV from the season, the kind of awards for the 2025-26 season. Let's go through the team. Starting off at number 1, they've gone for Ntotokum Chunu, number 2, Johan Grobler, number 3, Thomas Clarkson, number 4, Darren Murray, number 5, Kobus Visser, number 6, Kian Prendergast, number 8, Evan Roos, number 7, Ruan Venter, number 9, Ambrose Papier, no brainer there, number 10, Sasha Feinberg and Ngomezulu, number 12, Stuart McCloskey, number 13, Stafford McDowell, number 11, Kyle Rowe, number 15, Kewan Horn, and number 14, Werner Koch. So Kewan Horn, I also think, played every single minute this season. So he won the Iron Man award, I think. I think the top try scorer as well. I think it was Evan Roos, or his joint top try scorer. And I think the top point scorer was Chris Smith. So that's just some of the individual awards I've seen. But let's get right into this team and see who we think deserves to be there and who we think maybe missed out. Just from the top of my head here, I honestly think Ntotokum Chunu really did deserve to make this team. He's been absolutely awesome this year, and this is just based on the URC. That's the one thing for some of my decisions and some of my debates I will have for some guys in this team. Some of these guys played really well at international level, but some of them didn't really feature that much at URC level, so that will kind of affect who I think actually deserves the spot in this team. But Ntotokum Chunu had a really good year. I think he's going to have a very successful year with the Springboks as well. If he can just stay injury free, I think he's going to have a massive year in the green and gold jersey. He deserves it, and I think him moving from the Sharks to the Stormers was a stroke of genius from whoever made that signing. Honestly saved his career. I don't think his career was in a downtrend, but I think honestly him going to the Stormers just gives him a new kind of breath of fresh air, and he just looks like a different player, like he's enjoying his rugby, and he's honestly one of the best players in the Stormers right now. Johan Grobler at number 2, he's had a very good year. I'm trying to think which other guys I would select. I would probably say Dan Sheehan, but I will say Dan Sheehan probably played more Champions Cup rugby than he did URC. So for people that might be commenting more, maybe Dan Sheehan deserves it. He hasn't really played that much URC rugby this year, so you have to remember that as well. Number 3, Thomas Clarkson. I thought Thomas Clarkson's been really good this year, so I think he deserves the number 3 jersey. Some other props I'm thinking about who had some good seasons as well. Just the stock standard guys, I'm thinking who actually had a good season at prop. Patrick Schickerling from Glasgow had a pretty good season as well. Some other guys that are normal household names were injured and kind of focused on the Champions Cup as well. So I'm happy with this front row. Let me know who you think should be in this front row that maybe didn't get selected. Looking at the locks, we have Darren Murray and Kobus Visser. So I thought Darren Murray's been absolutely awesome this year. He's been one of the best players in the URC, especially in the forward pack. And I think he deserves a call up for Ireland for the Nations Championship tour to the Southern Hemisphere. He hopefully can get a lot more game time there. There's a lot of competition as well. There's some really good guys. I mean, Edwin Adogbo, Joe McCarthy, James Ryan, Cormac Utachuku can play lock as well, Tide Burn as well. But Darren Murray definitely does deserve a call up just from the way he's been playing in the URC, and he firmly deserves to be in this team. Number 5, Kobus Visser. Now this is where it gets a bit interesting for me. I thought Kobus Visser's had a good season, but I honestly think Ruan Nortje has been the better number 5 at the Bulls. So for me personally, I'm probably putting Ruan Nortje there at number 5. Ruben van Heerden's also had a great year. So maybe that's the one kind of player in the forward pack that I think maybe doesn't deserve to be there. I wouldn't say he doesn't deserve to be there. He had a great season, but I definitely think there's guys like Ruan Nortje, Ruben van Heerden as well that had some really good seasons this year. So that's a bit of an interesting selection there. Looking at the loose forwards, we have Kian Prendergast, we have Ruan Venter, and we have Evan Roos. I think this is pretty fair. There's some other guys that you could probably argue. I mean, Aaron Wainwright's been phenomenal for the Dragons this year. Jack Morgan obviously didn't play much this year. Some other guys, Paul de Villiers as well. But I think a lot of people honestly overlook how good Kian Prendergast has been for Connacht this year as well. There's obviously been some other guys throughout the season. But I think, honestly, from a fair perspective, I think that's a pretty good loose trio and a pretty fair one as well. Ruan Venter has been absolutely monstrous the entire year. Unfortunate injury for him. That's going to really affect the Springbok selection as well. But hopefully he can get back healthy as soon as possible, because I think he's going to get a lot of time in the green and gold. Ivan Roos, top try scorer, played most of the games in the URC. Definitely deserves a number 8 spot. And once again, Kian Prendergast has been really good. I'd probably argue Paul de Villiers has also been good, but you have to give some other guys as well, like Kian Prendergast, that's been really good and leading Connacht from the front. Now looking at the back line, the number 9 and number 10, we have Embrose Papid and Sasha Feinberg Ngomezulu. Embrose Papid has been absolutely electric this year. My player of the URC, 100%. He's been absolutely incredible. Jameson Gibson Park didn't play much URC this year. He played Six Nations. He played a few URC games to kind of get warmed up for the Champions Cup, and he played in the Champions Cup. And Embrose Papid has by far been the best scrum half in the entire URC. Sasha Ngomezulu has been really good throughout the year. I think he does deserve it. If I'm thinking of some other guys that maybe had some good seasons, I can't really think off the top of my head some guys that really stood out that had some honestly consistent game time for their clubs. Josh Ioane had a good season for Connacht, but I think Sasha Ngomezulu has definitely been the best fly half by far in the URC this year. That's just my opinion. Harry Byrne didn't play too much in the URC as well. Sam Prendergast has been hot and cold for Leinster as well. So number 9 and number 10 I think is a very fair selection. Moving on to the centres, we have Stuart McCloskey at number 12 and Stafford McDowell at number 13. First of all, I think Stafford McDowell absolutely deserves to be in this team. He's been absolutely incredible the whole year. A lot of people even saying they prefer him to Hugh Jones right now. I've seen the Glasgow fans in the comments saying they really prefer Stafford McDowell right now. That's going to be an interesting battle for the Scotland number 13 jersey as well. So that's definitely a one to keep an eye out for. A bit of a battle there. At number 12, Stuart McCloskey. Now this is where it gets interesting again. Stuart McCloskey for Ireland, I've said it before, he was my player of the Six Nations. I think he's probably gonna definitely be one of the nominees for World Player of the Year if he does play more international rugby this year. But in the URC, I can't help but look past Andre Esterhuizen. You can't look past him. He's been absolutely incredible this year. He has led the Sharks to some really good wins. The Sharks lost so many games at the start of the season. They replaced their whole coach, most of their coaching staff as well. Andre Esterhuizen became captain, and he's had one of the best URC seasons I've seen from him ever. One of the best seasons at the Sharks I've seen from him ever. So I do think Andre Esterhuizen probably does deserve the number 12 jersey in this team. That's not bias at all. I've seen a lot of, there was one comment I saw saying I'm a biased South African fan. If you've been watching this channel, you know for a fact I am 100% not a biased South African fan. In fact, sometimes I look a bit more negative towards South Africa than I do positive because I'm so hard on those guys. So I definitely think number 12, I'd have Andre Esterhuizen in this team. But Stuart McCloskey right now in my World XV would definitely make my team for that one, for the international games. Looking at the back three, we have Kyle Rowe, Kewan Horn and Werner Kok. First of all, Kyle Rowe has had a really good breakout season with Glasgow. I didn't really realize him too much before the season. I don't know how often he played or where he really was, because this season he's just come through and been absolutely incredible. He definitely deserves to be there. Number 14, Werner Kok as well. He's one of the players, he's honestly one of my favorite players in the world right now. He's always been one of my favorite players since he played Blitzboks, since he played for the Stormers, since he played for the Sharks. Now he's at Ulster. In my opinion, he should go to a French club, get a massive payday, and become one of the fan favourites, one of the crowd favourites there. Because the one thing you get with Werner Kok, he's always going to give 100%. He's always going to be one of the best guys for the club, and he's always going to play good rugby. So Werner Kok also deserves to be there. Now, the number 15 jersey, Kewan Horn, played every single minute this year. I think he deserves it. Let me know who you think maybe deserves the number 15 jersey or deserves to be in the backline other than these guys selected. But for me, I don't really think there's many changes I would make. I'd probably put Andre Esterhuizen at number 12. Once again, saying that Stuart McCloskey would make my international dream team for the year right now because he's been phenomenal for the Six Nations, phenomenal for Ireland, and really good every single time he's been playing. So not too many changes from me. I think it's a good team. Some guys that were probably close. Patrick Schickling's had a good season. Ruan Norke's had a good season as well. Ruben van Heerden's had a good season. Paul de Villiers had a good season. Just looking at some of the other positions as well. Andre Esterhuizen's had a good season. Just thinking of some of the other guys. There's not too many other guys I would kind of pick in this team. Just looking at it from the get-go. I think this is a pretty solid team. And I think this team probably is the right team to choose. just probably for me the number 5 and the number 12 jersey, but everybody else has been absolutely incredible. I would have loved to see Robert Balogun get more game time. Of course, he did get injured. I think he would probably be on this list as number 11 or number 14 as well. But honestly, those guys that have been injured, they're going to come back, they're going to play some good rugby, and I think this is a very strong URC team with a lot of guys that probably aren't the first choice for the international team. So these guys have been putting out their hands for international selections, and I hope we see a lot more of these guys going forward. But let me know who you think missed out on this team on the Elite XV for the awards. Let me know who you think missed out. Let me know who you think deserves to be there, who deserves to not be there as well. If you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.